Master of Sass. Endings.
Cole, wake up! Cole!
Irene cried, shaking him.
Wake up!
Cole woke with a start, sitting up. Where are we? He asked. Then he saw the dark fog coming towards them. Ah! He yelped, jumping to his feet and grabbing Irene's hand. He tried to raise the bounty on the comms, but got nothing. Oh, this is bad, he said, digging into his pocket for the Earth Driller's remote and pressing the button. It didn't work. Oh, great. Now what? Stay calm. Don't panic. Why panic? We're all alone, surrounded by creepy black tendrils that are getting closer and closer, he muttered.
Cole,
Irene said, pointing to the fog creeping closer. Cole jumped up onto a desk, dragging Irene with him. They swung from a lamp into another room and closed the door before the darkness could get in. Cole breathed a sigh of relief. Then his eyes narrowed. Did you seriously jump off the ship after me? He demanded.
Yeah,
Irene said quietly. What were you thinking? That was crazy and reckless and absolutely insane, Cole burst out.
Who are you calling insane?
Irene said. Would you rather I call you something else? Cole said.
Yeah, how about your girlfriend?
Irene said without missing a beat. Cole took a step back, completely flabbergasted. Irene sighed.
I saw you falling, and I knew. If something were to happen to you, a little piece of me would die. I had to do something, even if it was crazy and reckless and absolutely insane, she said.
What are you saying? Cole whispered.
I'm saying I love you too. Cole, you make me feel safe. You are constantly looking out for me, always worrying about me. You're always taking care of everyone. I want to take care of you for a change. You've had my back since day one, and I've had yours. And if I can do something that can keep you safe, I'm gonna do it, even if it's insane,
Irene burst out, throwing her arms around him.
I figured I could make a force field to protect you and break the fall. It shattered on impact, but we're both alive.
Cole realized that she was crying a little. He put his arms around her. Irie, if it wasn't for you, I might not be okay. You saved me, he whispered. Thank you. Irene wiped her eyes. She smiled up at him.
I love you. To the point that I very literally fell for you, she said.
Terrible pun, but I love you too. Now let's figure out a way back, he replied. He pulled out the remote for the Earth Driller. Let's see if we can get this thing working again. He pulled open a desk drawer and started rifling through it.
What are you doing?
Irene asked. Looking for tools of some sort, he replied. Ha! He held up a pair of scissors.
We don't need those,
Irene told him, manifesting a pair of tweezers and a screwdriver with her illusions. Oh, right. I forgot you can do that, Cole said with a slight chuckle, tossing the scissors back in the drawer. He put the remote on the table and pried the back cover open. Oh, come on, I'm not a microtronics guy, he complained. Where's Neo, or Pixel, or Zane, or Jay when you need them? Irene started fiddling with the wires.
Please work, please work, please work, she muttered.
The remote beeped, flashing a green light. Cole grabbed her hand and ran down to the front of the building. He peered through the glass. Where is it? Where? I can't see it, he muttered. I can't see anything. He slumped against the glass in defeat. The remote beeped, and Irene looked through the glass.
Cole, look! There it is!
She exclaimed, tugging at his sleeve and pointing as the Earth Driller drove up and stopped just outside. It worked! Cole whooped, picking up Irene and spinning her around. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! It worked!
We can make it!
Irene cried, giggling. They both grew serious. As soon as we step out there, it'll freeze us solid, Cole said. Irene thought for a moment.
Only if it can touch us. If I create a force field around us, we can walk out there, she suggested.
What if it doesn't work? Cole asked.
There's only one way to find out,
Irene said, taking a deep breath and taking Cole's hand. She pulled him closer and created a force field around them, as strong as she could make it. They opened the door and walked out. It was eerily silent in the darkness. It made them uneasy. The force field flickered for a moment. Come on, Irie, Cole whispered. Irene made the shield stronger, and they walked up to the Earth Driller. The force field bounced off the side of the vehicle.
Oops, forgot about that, Irene muttered. But I can't let the fog in, so...
She made another force field around the earth driller and merged the two force fields together until she, Cole, and the earth driller were all in the same force field. Cole opened the canopy, and they both climbed in. As soon as the canopy was shut, Irene dropped the force field, and they both breathed a sigh of relief. "Let's never do that again," Cole said as he turned on the engine. He swung the vehicle around. Irene yelped as she saw an Oni. Cole stopped. "Whoa!" The Oni turned around, baring its large fangs. "Okay, you asked for it," Cole said, turning on the drill. He drove straight at the Oni. At the last second, he drilled down into the earth.
"Head for the monastery,"
Irene said. "Got it," Cole replied as they tunneled in that direction. Irene shut her eyes, trying to sense her friends.
"They're fighting," she whispered.
"What? Who's fighting?" Cole asked.
"Our friends. They're at the monastery, and so are the Oni. They're fighting," she said.
"Then we better hurry and help them," Cole decided, accelerating. They finally burst out of the mountainside amongst a horde of Oni. Cole popped open the canopy, and he and Irene jumped out. "Hey, guys! Couldn't wait for us, huh?" Cole shouted. Nia gasped.
"Cole! Irene!"
"How? Where?" Lloyd stuttered. We thought we'd lost you! You jerks!" Jay said, his voice quivering. He was so happy to see his friends alive.
"You can't get rid of us that easy,"
Irene teased. Cole noticed the weapon in Nia's hand. "Is that my old scythe?" he asked.
"Yes, and you can have it back,"
Nia said, tossing it to him. He pulled on his hood and jumped, catching it in midair, then slammed it into the ground, the quake knocking several Oni back. Irene pulled on her hood and drew her sais, jumping and spinning, taking out 2 more Oni. The ninja all worked together to drive the Oni back with the help of the golden weapons of Spinjitzu.
"They just keep coming!"
Jay yelled, swinging the nunchucks of lightning. "The weapons! They are not enough!" Zane shouted. "We can't hold them much longer!" Kai cried. Irene screamed as an Oni grabbed her by the throat, lifting her up. She struggled, gasping for breath. Cole smacked the Oni over the head with the scythe, and the Oni let go. Irene fell to her knees and started coughing. Garmadon was fighting the Omega. "You are Oni, but only in form," the Omega said, striking him. "In your heart I sense uncertainty and doubt." He knocked Garmadon down onto the steps and continued to hit him with his staff. "Part of you longs to understand these pitiful beings, to be one of them. Your hopes weaken you." Lloyd turned. Lloyd saw Garmadon at the mercy of the elder Oni. "Father!" he shouted, running towards him. The Omega heard him and turned, firing a blast of destructive power at Lloyd, just as he was summoning his own powers. Lloyd was thrown back against the doors of the monastery. He got back up and saw just how overwhelmed they were. "Fall back! Everyone, fall back!" he ordered.
"Copy that!"
Nia said, kicking an Oni before she, Master Wu, Faith, and the other ninja ran back into the monastery. Lloyd grabbed Garmadon and dragged him into the monastery, shutting the door. He grabbed hold of a large beam to barricade the door. "Cole, help me!" he called. Cole activated his lava arm and helped Lloyd barricade the door. The Oni were pounding on the door. "It's not going to last forever," Cole remarked. That last word echoed in Jay's head. He turned to the love of his life, pulling his hood off.
"Nia, I have to ask you something important,"
he said.
"What? Now?"
Nia said.
"Yes, now,"
Jay said, getting down on one knee. He set his nunchucks aside and took a deep breath.
"Nia, you make me so happy every day. When we're not together, I miss you so much. It feels like a part of me is missing,"
he said quickly. He pulled out a yin-yang medallion and split it in 2, offering one half to Nia.
"Will you be my yang?"
Nia gasped, taking the medallion. "Now you're asking?" Cole exclaimed. "We seriously need to talk about your sense of timing, Jay," Kai added.
"There may not be another time,"
Jay said. Nia looked at Jay as she tossed her spear aside.
"Yes!"
she cried, jumping in his arms.
"Of course! Yes, yes, yes! Oh!"
Irene let out a tiny squeal.
"My ship!"
"I taught him how to do that," Kai said, winking at Cole. The door of the monastery was being broken down. Jay picked his nunchucks back up. Lloyd turned to the mural painted on the wall, his eyes landing on the first image. An idea began to form. "Nia, Jay, it's been fun, guys," Cole said.
"Yeah, no regrets,"
Irene added, taking Cole's hand. "It has been an honor," Zane said.
"Let's go out with a bang,"
Jay declared. "Yeah," Kai agreed. "Let's give him a tornado!" Lloyd shouted. "Yeah, let's give him a tornado," Kai said, then stopped. Wait, what?" What's the opposite of destruction? Creation, Lloyd said, pointing to the mural. Don't you get it? Creation. The tornado of creation is the one thing that can defeat the Oni, the power of creation. But all of us this time, or it won't work. How do you know? Jay wondered. Yeah, it was a miracle it worked the first time, Kai said. Okay, I'm guessing. But what do we have to lose? Lloyd pointed out. He's right. We have nothing to lose, Zane said. What the heck? I'm in, Cole said.
Me too,
Irene declared. I love crazy ideas. Let's do it, Kai agreed. Jay held his hand out to Nia.
We're one now, Nia. Care to join?
He asked. Nia took his hand. Lloyd turned to his father. It has to be all of us, he said. I am not one of you, Garmadon said. No, but you're as much a part of the history of Ninjago as the rest of us, Lloyd said. Garmadon just walked away, leaving Lloyd surprised. The Oni broke down the doors, entering the monastery. Here goes nothing! Ninja, go! Cole shouted, spinning.
Ninja, go!
Irene, Kai, Nia, Jay, Zane, Lloyd, and Wu shouted, also spinning, all 8 spinjitzu tornadoes filling the courtyard. Garmadon looked back at the Oni, at the ninja. He made a choice, doing spinjitzu. The 9 tornadoes merged into one, forming the largest ever tornado of creation. There was a blinding light, then an explosion, and the darkness, along with the Oni, were all gone. Jay groaned. Ow! Nia ran to him and hugged him. We're alive! We're alive! She cried, laughing. Irene slowly sat up.
Cole? Cole!
She cried, going to him. Cole groaned, sitting up. You're okay, he said, hugging her. They looked over to a large pile of splintered wood. Kai! They both exclaimed, pulling pieces of the door off him and helping him up. Where is Lloyd? Zane asked, looking around the courtyard.
There,
Irene said, spotting an arm clad in green fabric sticking out of a pile of wood. Huh? Kai said. Oh no, Zane said. They pulled the wreckage of the monastery doors off of him and carried him out, laying him gently on the ground.
Lloyd,
Irene said. Lloyd, buddy, wake up, Kai pleaded.
He's not moving,
Nia said worriedly. Someone find Wu! Where's Wu? Cole shouted. Wu came over and knelt beside Lloyd, lifting his arm to check his pulse.
You can do something, right? Right?
Jay said desperately. There is nothing to be done, Wu said sadly. Nia and Irene started to cry. They all stared at Lloyd's unmoving form with sorrow. Then Lloyd gasped and started coughing. They all cheered. Irene hugged Lloyd fiercely, relieved that he was alive. Where am I? Lloyd asked, confused. Don't you remember? Nia asked. Yeah, you had us worried there for a sec, Kai remarked, helping him to his feet. But the first spinjitzu master, Lloyd mumbled. You must have hit your head pretty hard, buddy, Cole said. Yeah, let's get you inside, huh? Jay added, and the ninja all walked inside, chattering happily. It was time to add a new image to the mural. A few of the ninja's friends and family had turned up. There were 7 bowls of paint in different colors lined up. The 7 ninjas stepped forward and each dipped a hand into the paint, then lined up to put their handprints on the wall to form the symbol for destiny. They stepped back, admiring their work. Cole teasingly brushed his hand against Irene's face, leaving a smudge of paint on her features. She grinned, then reached up and smudged paint on his chin as payback. It was a day of celebration, and celebrate they did.